Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to World Martial Arts Radio Network. I am your host for this evening, Justin Harvey, from the world-renowned show, The Justin Harvey Show, which can be found worldwide on iHeartRadio and iTunes. So look that up. But tonight, I am proud to be hosting again for World Martial Arts Radio Network. And tonight, my guest is Grandmaster Jack Mackison. He's a master in kata, and he's a wonderful competitor. Can you please tell us how you got into the Hall of Fame, sir, and how you got started into kata in the martial arts industry?
Well, sure. Yeah, first off, I'd like to thank you for inviting me to your show. I'll try to be concise and to the point during the interview. I was inducted, I became a member of the Hall of Fame of the World Heavyweight Shokiship Council in 2013. Mm-hmm. And the same year I got the Regional Competitor of the Year for Men's Kata in both 2013 and 2017.
Wow.
And well, I'll tell you what, how I got involved was I was 41 years old, and it was November of 1994, and I saw an infomercial for a dojo called USA Karate in St. Petersburg, Florida. Mm-hmm. And that's when I decided to start my karate career. And I thought I might have a problem getting into a dojo because I had been accidentally shot with a .45 when I was 14, and I have an artificial shoulder, and I thought that would hinder my my progress. And they said there was no problem, and there was no problem with that, and I could compensate for the moves. Mm-hmm. So that's when I started my journey, and my lineage is my master instructor, John Graydon, who was trained under the tutelage of Joe Louis, Bruce Lee, and Walt Bone.
Wow.
And after about 20 years, I finally achieved the rank of 5th Dan.
That's amazing. Now, you have a broadband background, as we're speaking about right now, that most people know you for your kata. What do you like most about kata, though? What made you choose kata over everything else? Because I know that there's many styles in the world today.
Yeah, there is. There's so many styles I can't even begin to count them. The main thing that I enjoy about kata is the essence of the poetry of the kata itself. The moves, the technical aspect, the rhythm, the timing, and the execution, which is critical to performing the kata.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And when I first started, I was taught not only kata but sparring and weapons. But I found that my niche was my forte was kata.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just improved on that and focused on that.
Wow. So please give us your personal definition of what is kata.
Oh my God! Well, kata means different things to different people, but
Okay. Let me simplify this for you then. What is your personal definition of kata?
Well, okay. Kata is like a choreographed dance of sorts that includes, but not limited to, strikes, kicks, and blocks in a manner which displays a simulated attack from multiple opponents. The kata is composed of predetermined moves performed in sequence.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's what kata is about.
Wow, that's amazing. Now you do traditional kata, correct?
Yes, I do. I was learned the traditional style, and the benefits are I've learned focus, concentration, discipline, endurance, self-control, and self-confidence. Mm-hmm. And that's what I got out of it. And I think that anybody that that wants to start the martial arts will experience that themselves.
That's a wonderful answer. And now a word from our sponsor. We're back on World Martial Arts Radio Network, continuing this great interview. So what got you interested in helping to lead in the martial arts and community as a master instructor, judge, and referee? This is going to be real interesting.
Oh yeah, it is. Well, I felt it was I was obligated to carry on the legacy of traditional martial arts and to pass it on to our young people. And to judge and refereeing tournaments is very satisfying for me. It requires years of competing myself because I knew what to look for. So when judging, I'm not concerned with what style or discipline. I'm not concerned with that. I'm concerned with the execution of the kata, looking for technique, timing, foot placement, focus, and concentration. So that's about it.
Wow. Okay. What specifically got you interested in being an instructor, sir?
Well, I'll try not to oversimplify it, but I thought it was my duty and vocation to pass on what was given to me. I also felt that I was competent enough to do so.
That makes a lot of sense. So did you feel that being an instructor was actually your calling, so to speak? I mean, being in the martial arts industry as it is?
Yeah, I would say it was a calling. It was, it's a gift. I was fortunate enough to, first to be able to start martial arts, but also to become the best I could be. And that's about it.
That's awesome, sir. That's amazing. Okay, my next question is most obvious here. Who or what do you think has influenced your martial arts career the most?
Oh, that's an easy one. It was when I was younger. I used to watch a show called The Green Hornet, and Bruce Lee played his driver and bodyguard. And once I saw what he did on TV, I said, how in the world can a human being do that?
Mm-hmm.
And that was what influenced me the most.
Wow, so you're a big Bruce Lee fan, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, did you know that there's actually, I forget the name of it, but there's actually a new movie about Bruce Lee or something that's out?
No, I didn't know that.
So
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, because it looks like it'd be pretty good. It's supposed to tell his story. I don't know if it's like a remake of, I think it's called Birth of the Dragon or something like that. It looks like it would actually be, pretty good.
Right. Let me correct you on some things. I am not a grand master. I am just a master. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to clear that up.
Okay. My mistake.
That's all right. No problem.
Yeah, my mistake. So, but all right. Moving on. What is your next goal as a master instructor and a competitor? What is your next goal? Well,
I'd like to return to teaching again once my hip heals sufficiently. I don't know, but I had my hip replaced not too long ago, and I'm still recovering from that. Mm-hmm. I'd like to compete again in the 2018 U.S. Open.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I do have, however, reservations competing again due to my extensive injuries. But I like to say never say never.
Yeah. Do you have any footage of your from your competing, like on YouTube or anywhere?
Yes, I do.
Check it out?
I do, and I sent the link to Richard Hackworth.
Mm-hmm.
So he has that video. Yeah.
I'll have to check that out because that would look like it would be awesome to see. Okay, and we will return to you. I'm having a blast, sir. Are you having a blast?
Oh, this is wonderful.
To me, this is like heaven, to be able to do this kind of
Well, I like passing on what I have learned in my experience to people that are just starting martial arts or thinking about it, and to help them, get on the path.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. What is your view on martial arts philosophy?
Oh boy. Well, my understanding of this philosophy is based on the past history. Is not only a physical one, but a teaching respect, self-control, honor, and goodwill to all humanity. And I'm going to quote something that really hits it on target. And the quote is, "The aim of karate is as being not about victory or defeat, but about perfecting one's character." His dojo training hall philosophy stated that one should seek perfection, excel in what they do, respect others, avoid violence, and be faithful. And karate's purpose was to protect oneself and train the mind and body, and that the way is not to attack or harm others, but to exercise restraint, which is a big deal, because once you start getting into karate, you think you're a real tough guy and that you can just flaunt it around, but that's not what it's about. It's about self-control.
Wow, that's amazing. What is the most important thing to practice for a forms competitor?
Oh boy. Well, in my experience, the most important aspect is what they call tenacity, and it's also called stickability. And by never giving up your quest of being the best you can be. I think I stole that from the Army. Be all you can be. But anyhow, that's the important thing. Is to just keep doing it, no matter what, win, lose, draw. Just keep going, and if you keep doing it long enough, you're going to win big time. That's what I did.
Absolutely. It's like, for me, I love the martial arts industry because I'm disabled, and, but I'm still able to be a part of the martial arts industry. And the martial arts industry doesn't discriminate against anyone.
That's right, sure. Yeah, as a matter of fact, they've got a special category at the U.S. Open for handicap. Really? And I know guys in wheelchairs that do kata the best they can do with what they, what's going on with them.
Wow, that's amazing. I would love to see that, actually. That would be cool.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think the misconceptions of the martial arts industry can be like? Because I do see some people that say that they're a black belt, and they're truly not a black belt, and they get their belt too quickly. What is your thoughts on that?
Well, there's what they call a black belt factories out there, and all they want is your money, and they would test every 3 months to get a belt whether you met the requirements or not, and I think that's atrocious, because if you don't know it, you should not be passed on. But see, the parents freak out because they expect their kid or wives or husbands to progress the way that they want to be. And, it's giving them a false sense of security to let them move on when they don't meet the requirements. And then the school I went to, you didn't get a belt until you passed all the requirements.
Yeah. I've actually seen different places will be like, pay me to see, and I'll make you a belt.
Right,
I mean,
right.
I've seen it online. I've even seen online classes where they'll say, take my online class, and then just a couple months, you'll be a black belt.
Yeah, I know about that. And that's they're out there, but I call them paper black belts.
Yeah.
Only on paper. And, I call them McJoJos.
Yeah. That's what me and Richard actually call them and stuff. And for me, and I've seen this personally, one of the things that really burns me up about the martial arts industry is the the politics that can be involved in the martial arts industry, where we're at each other's throats. This style's better. Oh, this didn't happen. I'm better than you. I can't stand that in the martial arts industry.
Well,
that's one of my biggest pet peeves.
There's no best martial arts style. They're all good.
Yeah, yeah. But I see too many of us at war with each other, and it's ridiculous. We're supposed to be promoting peace and tranquility.
Well, that's silly. Why don't you just grow up?
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion. And, people have preferences, and that's fine. Whatever fits your style and your lifestyle, then you do it. I don't care what it. I don't care if it's Shotokan, Taekwondo, Kung Fu, MMA, whatever you enjoy doing. And what I do is say, do what you do, but do it the best you can.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, moving on. Sorry about that. I got on a little bit of a rant there. How important is it to self-practice outside of the dojo to being a champion, or do you think that someone who only practices at class time can be a champion? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think the importance of training outside the dojo simply supplements the practicing what you do in the dojo.
Mm-hmm.
It's however possible to become a champion in your own right by just practicing in the dojo alone. But you gotta stick to it. Go to every class, and if you can, if the dojo allows you, go to extra classes. Now, when I was an upper rank, I used to go to all classes,
mm-hmm.
just to keep fresh on all the stuff that I had already learned.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Do you think it's important for women to this day and age, because times have changed? Do you think it's important for women to take martial arts for like self-defense? What's your feeling?
Oh, absolutely. It's absolutely correct that women need to take it, especially like you said, in this day and time, that women are, a target for violence, rape, assault. And I encourage every single woman to please take some kind of self-defense class, and just to be safe,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And also, and this is just wishful thinking, but like I honestly think that I wish that they would actually do like martial arts in like public schools.
Well, they do that. Oh, they have that.
They really have that now?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you know Carl Stone or not, but he teaches in community centers and after-school classes and things like that. So that's going on right now.
I had no idea, because in my county, I've never known for martial arts in an actual school system exists. Because back when I was a kid, I was growing up in the 90s. So it was a very different time than today, actually, believe it or not. So,
right.
Because I mean, you got kids carrying guns and knives to school, and then threatening to blow the place up. It's madness.
Yeah. There's a lot of violence out in the world. There's a lot of evil out there.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's a lot more good people than bad people.
Yeah. Yeah. So, with the new year coming up, what is your New Year's resolution? Actually, this is just a fun question. What is your New Year's resolution, and what do you hope to accomplish in 2018?
Well, my resolution is to train more.
Train more.
That's it. I just take it I just take it one day at a time.
Yeah. Me too. Me too.
That's all I can do.
Me too. And as I was telling you the other day, sir, I understand about surgeries and stuff because I've had hip release done. I've had all kinds of surgeries done, so I completely understand, and I can imagine you were in quite a bit of pain and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, so you're no stranger to going under the knife.
No, sir. I'm actually quite accustomed to it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm an old hat at it. They know me by name.
Yeah. Okay, let me see here. Let me go back to my notes and make sure that let me see here. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble today, folks. Maybe it's because lack of coffee. I don't know. But, let's see.
Right.
Okay, here we go. What piece of advice would you give our listeners out there that hope to someday be a world champion in kata or any kind of, martial arts competition?
Well, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Everyone that takes martial arts is not the material to win it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me say this. My advice would be to diligently dedicate yourself to your quest, and that's by attending as many competitions as possible to gain proficiency to becoming a winning competitor. And, also to practice inside and outside as much as possible without neglecting your outside responsibilities.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you what, one of the things that I did that helped me was that I asked for feedback from my instructors
Mm-hmm.
to criticize me harshly. And what am I doing wrong? What's the right way to do it? And I also videotaped myself so I could watch what I did, and I could self-correct what I was, taught. And like I said before, if you can attend as many competitions as possible, just to measure your own progress.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. And one of my final questions before I wrap things up here. What do you think of like the MMA? Because to me, now this is where I actually, get in debates with people, because there's a lot of people that actually call MMA martial arts, and to me, I'm a traditionalist. I don't consider MMA to be martial arts. I'm sorry, but I consider it to be competitive. I consider it to be more like street fighting than anything else. But that's just my opinion.
Well, I'm like you. I'm a traditionalist. And, times have changed. The world has changed. The karate arena has changed. And there's a lot of dog and pony shows going out there. And it's more gymnastics and, aerobics. And they do a lot of stuff called tricking, which is, well, that's just my own personal opinion. I don't care for that. Like I said, I'm a traditionalist.
Yeah.
And it's more practical to apply in real life situations with traditional martial arts. Now, if you go around doing gymnastics and aerobics and tricking in a real street fight, God bless your heart.
Yes, you're going to be in real trouble, especially if you're going up against, a really experienced martial artist.
Yeah, sure.
That's what they're doing, so.
Yeah.
So
that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go on and on, because there's so much to it, and there's just not a lot of time allotted for that. But if you want to do another interview at sometime, we can discuss it in more depth.
Definitely. And sir, I just wanted to say before I wrap things up, before I finish things up, I wanted to say thank you for the honor and the privilege for letting me do this. And I know Richard appreciates me helping host this interview today too, and I'm very grateful. It's been a true gift to be able to speak with you today.
Well, Justin, it's a real pleasure for me coming on your show and sharing what I know. And thanks again. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. And this is your host, Justin Harvey, from the Justin Ray Harvey Show. Thank you for joining us today, and a very special thanks to you, our listeners. Be sure to tune in next time to the World Martial Arts Radio Show on the World Martial Arts Radio Network. And I also want to say in closing, if we're not